Digital security, swift response, smart progression. Welcome to Qingqiao Safety Investigation. Recently, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, announced the nation's first drinking water standards, targeting 5 polyfluoroalkyl and perfluoroalkyl substances, particularly perfluorooctanoic acid and perfluorooctane sulfonate. The regulations set the limit for these two substances to 0, distinct from other polyfluoroalkyl groups. Additionally, the maximum concentration of mixed fluoroalkyl and perfluoroalkyl substances is capped at 4 nanograms per liter. Public water supply systems across the U.S. are mandated to complete monitoring of these substances within 3 years and disclose the findings to the public. Systems exceeding the standard must install filtration systems within 2 years. To facilitate compliance, the government allocated an extra $1 billion for testing public water systems. Approximately 10% of the 66,000 public drinking water systems in the U.S. may need further action to meet the new standards. Michael Regan, head of the EPA, described the regulation as the strictest measure taken against these substances, aiming to reduce the exposure of 100 million people to polyfluoroalkyl and perfluoroalkyl compounds in drinking water, thus averting tens of thousands of illnesses or deaths. Polyfluoroalkyl and perfluoroalkyl substances, numbering nearly 15,000 types, possess unique characteristics such as high-temperature resistance, waterproofing, and non-stick properties. Consequently, they find widespread applications across various industrial products, including coatings, fire extinguishants, semiconductors, electronics, anti-fouling coatings, foam fire extinguishants, non-stick coatings, and food packaging. However, these substances are resistant to degradation and persist in the environment, posing a risk to water sources as they enter water circulation systems. Data indicates that the occurrence of polyfluoroalkyl and perfluoroalkyl groups in tap water is notably high, with a rate of 75% in American cities and 25% in rural areas. Research indicates that the accumulation of polyfluoroalkyl and perfluoroalkyl substances in the human body can lead to lasting health hazards, including liver and kidney damage, compromised immune function, and increased cancer risk. Moreover, these substances can impact the development of infants and children. Countries worldwide have set limits on polyfluoroalkyl and perfluoroalkyl substances in drinking water. For example, in 2020, the European Union established a stricter standard of 0.10 micrograms per liter, compared to the recent U.S. regulations. Additionally, the EU has stringent rules to control industrial pollution from these substances, aiming to protect public health and the environment. A renowned environmental scientist emphasized the critical importance of clean and safe drinking water for human survival. The introduction of the first drinking water standard in the United States marks progress in environmental protection and public health worldwide. However, to prevent the entry of persistent chemicals like polyfluoroalkyl and perfluoroalkyl into the water cycle, fundamental changes are needed in industrial production. Finding alternatives to these substances and reducing their release at the source are essential for safeguarding the environment and water resources. Tune in at 6 a.m. from Monday to Friday for Qingqiao Safety Investigation for your daily safety updates.